of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North.
Good afternoon. What's up and what's good? And welcome to All About Sports 216 with me, Keith Allen. Along with me is my partner in crime, Ed in Columbus. What's going on this sucker-free Sunday afternoon where the weather is pleasant and partly sunny? What's going on, Ed? How you doing?
Well, we're staying sucker-free in Columbus as well as you are in Cleveland. Like you said, beautiful weather. It's July. It's going to turn into the dog days of summer, but we'll get into that later as we talk Browns football. We're talking baseball. We're talking it all. We're doing it up on this glorious Sunday.
Yes, a lot's going on in the sports world and everything. It's about to get to the busy time because now Summer League is about to end soon. Let's see. Training camp is beginning. A lot of teams have started already. A couple of teams have started already. The Browns will be starting training camp very soon. And guess what I have on? All About Sports 216 t-shirts. Yes, sir. There we go. Well, the mic is blocking this. There we go. There we go. Right there. All About Sports 216 will be available very soon. Very soon. Shouts out to the people that made my t-shirts. Let me put this up. Shouts out to Anointed Angel Apparel. She does great things. Definitely does great things. And it's in the family and everything. So shout out to Assorted Angel Apparel for putting together the t-shirt combo for me and everything. But anyway, let me get to some in particulars real quick before we get started and begin. First off, the chat lines are open. Feel free to holler at us about your sports takes, sports opinions, or if you want to tell us that we're good, or if you want to tell us that we suck, feel free to do so. Hit us up. Also, I'm going to go down here to the bottom of the screen. All About Sports 216 is live every Sunday at 12 p.m. That's right, every Sunday at 12 p.m. Even though when football season starts, the show All About Sports will do a pivot to 12 o'clock on Saturday. And the Cleveland Browns preview show and whatnot, that'll be on Sunday. Or on game days, just to say that. Because it's a Monday night and a Thursday night. And I think a Saturday coupled in.
Yep.
But also, like this video, share this video, and subscribe. Oh, there we go. Wait a minute. It's hiding. Okay. And subscribe to the AllenVisMedia II YouTube channel. That's right. Subscribe to the AllenVisMedia II YouTube channel. We can never get enough of subscribers. You'll get content from this show and the Triad Committee, which was off yesterday due to a confusing the schedule mix-up. But I think they'll be back on in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Because actually, what was supposed to happen is actually going to happen next week. So in 2 weeks, the Triad Committee will be back on. The Crazy Gang with Nasty Nail, the Narcissist, Romeo Rodriguez, and me, Keith Allen, will be back on soon in about 2 weeks. But anyway, let's get started today and our little sports topics today. As like Ed said, we are going to talk about, which you want to go, Cavs, Guardians first.
Well, let's go Cavs. We got a big deal last night, so let's go Cavs.
Yeah, let's go Cavs. We're going to talk about that more in depth, too, with the big deal, as that would be part of the cool or not cool segment.
Oh,
okay. Yes, sir. The Cleveland Cavaliers finished their summer league season, went 1-3, 1-4, something like that. I don't know what their record was. Did they win Friday?
I know they lost to the Lakers, so I know that.
I know they lost to the Lakers, but they played. Well, they played yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know what they did
And I don't
yesterday.
know what the score was. I watched a little bit, but then I was like, when I didn't see the main guys in, I was like, oh well. But
Yeah, right.
but anyway, let's just say they win either 2-3 or 1-4 in the summer league. Ed, what is your observation from the summer league team?
Well, like I said, wins and losses. It's nice to win, but it's not necessarily about that. I know we won. We were defending summer league champions last year. It wasn't going to happen again this year. Oh well, Cleveland. I mean, it doesn't really matter unless you win in June, not like the summer after the season. But here's the real big
Yes.
deal. Jalen Tyson, the rookie pick taken number 20th overall, looking like a player, as the kids would say,
Yes.
looking like a player, dropping dimes, dishing dimes, making nice, adjustments in the paint. Got a left hand, got a right hand. He looks like he can do it all. One of those Swiss Army knives, and it's what this Cavaliers team needed. This Cavaliers team has a lot of talent. We all know that. But what do they have when it comes to players that can fit and insert themselves into these talented players? This guy looks like the perfect fit because he can adapt. He can actually be a scorer. He can be a distributor. He can be just a guy that, the defense has to worry about. So I am all in on the 20th pick in the draft. And, there'll be many players when we go look at this draft in years to come that were picked before him. I don't think are going to be better than him. And I'm not saying he's going to be a perennial all-star. I'm not even going to say he's going to be an all-star. But every team needs a player like Jalen Tyson, and I'm glad he's on the Cavaliers, and I can't wait to see what he can do for this team this upcoming year because I do think he's going to get some playing time this year.
Yes, I do. And I say some of the standouts. Well, as far as the team, like you said, the record really doesn't matter and stuff like that. Because truthfully, I mean, there's not really much preparation or whatnot or game plan or whatnot in summer league and stuff like that. It's basically just throw out the balls. Let's see who can play, who will get a shot in October, and who won't. Basically. But my standouts in summer league, I agree with you, Ed. Jalen Tyson showed me that he was a player. Now, even though it is summer league, some of these stats don't lie.
Right.
He almost had a triple-double in the game against the Lakers, where he was 21, 11, and 9. Something. Yes, 21, 11, and 9. And he just has poise. He has poise. And he would definitely fit into the number 3 spot. Not saying that he will immediately start, but he could actually fit in with Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, whatnot, and everything. And I mean, I seen some good things from a few things from Imani Bates and everything. His willingness to be able to take the ball inside now, due to now he done gained some weight and everything. But Jalen Tyson seems like he's ready to play now.
I agree with that. You know what I like about him too? The poise as a young rook, because
Yes.
he drives it so deep to the basket, and when the defense collapses on him, when there's 2 to 3 guys, he can still make that pass and kick it back out into the paint with a runner, and he doesn't turn the ball over. It's amazing
Yes.
the vision that he has in tight spots when he's all being clouded up and everything, and yet he can still find that open gunner that's cutting to the lane. That it's a beautiful thing to watch. And it's like either you have that or you don't. And the fact that he's doing it, and I know it's a summer league, and yes, I understand the competition is going to get a lot tougher during the regular season. I get that, but like some of those passes, those are situations that whether it's regular season, summer league, in the rec league, in your driveway, those are the same situations. Those situations don't change. You drive it to the basket, you get too deep, you're in trouble. Oh shoot, what do I do? You got 2 or 3 guys collapse on you, and he can still find that open guy. That's just natural instinct. Those are just things that he intrinsically has. So it's just great to see, and it's great to see with this Cavaliers team because especially too with Mobley, and we'll get to with his contract, but with Allen, if you go with a bigger lineup like him, the fact that he can drive, penetrate deep, and you can have those guys even still be around, that he could just dish the ball off to, it's going to make this offense have a little bit more wrinkles. And Kenny Atkinson has been known to have different roster lineups and different offenses when he does have those different roster lineups in. So it'll be fun to see. And look, anytime you can add a player that is multifaceted and multidimensional, it makes a coach's job a lot easier.
Sure does. It definitely does. And you got to think he can kick the ball out to Darius Garland, kick the ball out to Donovan Mitchell, and it's like a third ball handler on the floor and a third scoring threat and things. So we'll see what's really going on with him come out September in training camp and October and everything and stuff. I think, honestly, he's going to be getting minutes.
I think so. I think so. I think
he's going to be getting minutes because it doesn't seem like the stage is too bright for him.
Right. That's the thing. Well, wasn't he a 4-year player at Cat? Wasn't he a 4? So so I think it's nice to have a little bit of a guy that's been around a little bit longer. You're not getting the all these bright, like you said, the lights aren't too bright, but maybe there's something to be said about drafting college players that have a little bit upperclassmen and not these guys that one and done and they come in so raw. This guy looks like he knows the game of basketball.
Yes, he does. He does. He seems like he's a player as far as some early impressions. Yeah. He's a player, and you got to think he scored in double figures every game in the summer league.
The consistency, I like that. Yes, and because, like I said, like to your point, he won't have to do that when he comes in. When he's on with Mitchell and what I'm saying, and Garland. So that's nice. But the fact that he can do that—that's what's nice about it. I like guys that, hey, look, know your role. But essentially in basketball, I've always said this: it's about scoring in the NBA. And y'all, you look at Boston in their lineup and how they have got all 5 guys can score. At the end of the day, they all do their different things, but they can score. And I always felt like the Cavs. One of the things that I like about our lineup is we do have guys that have the potential to score, and when you can draft another one, hey, why not?
Yes, definitely, why not? And I mean, you got to think about it. That's what the Cavs sorely need.
3.
It's that 3-and-D player at the 3 spot.
Yep,
that's what they definitely sorely need. So it gives you outlook for October, for real. Yep. Definitely gives you outlook for October and everything. And like I said, Imani Bates, he did fine. And Cavs extended him a qualifying offer, 2-way contract. So it's up to him to make it happen.
Well, we'll like I said, we'll see with him. One thing I like about with this Cavs having a lot of players is the fact that he can develop a little bit more slowly than he could if he was on a well, I mean, obviously if he was on a worse team, he'd be playing obviously because they what I'm saying. But at the same time, like we can actually see the development of Imani Bates because he will be a player in the league someday. He's too lanky and can shoot the 3. And in this league, let's be real, it doesn't take much to get minutes if you can stroke a 3.
That's true. I mean, now, real quick, project your starting lineup for the Cavs come the first game of the season.
I don't think it changes much. I see. The thing is, does Allen come off the bench? Does he? I mean, I think that's the key right now. I don't know enough information, so I'd have to say it'd be pretty much Garland, Mitchell, Allen, Mobley, and I guess Okoro. But I would like to see somebody else in that spot. I mean, what's Karis LeVert going to do? Is he going to be back? I don't, and there's still some things to hammer out. But right now, like I said, I'm putting Tyson in there, a Rook in there, and right now, like I said, right now, because I want to see what he can do. Because like I said, I don't think the moment's too bright for him. But like I said, that could just be me being too excited about summer league play. But I don't see why not, because you got a guy at the 3 spot that we just talked about, said all the right things, does all the right things. Why not? I don't know at this point. Who else?
You can't be no worse than what it was in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. For real. Now, I wonder if the Cavs are going to bring back Marcus Morris.
Yeah, I know I liked him on our team. A veteran that's a bit like that can actually play his natural position. And against Boston, I mean, I know he blew that one little layup the little bunny that he had. I'll never forget that. But at the same time, the fact that he can roll off and he seems to know what to do off screens and things like that. So yeah, I wouldn't mind bringing him back, a veteran that knows the game.
Okay, my starting lineup: Garland, Mitchell, Mobley, Allen.
Yeah.
And the wild card, I think Tyson's going to be the starting small.
We have the same lineup then. We have the same lineup.
I think he's going to be the starting
Yep.
small forward. And we don't know what the status of Isaac Okoro is because
Right.
they're still in contract talks. And it's a rumor that it might be a sign and trade. Now, if it's a sign and trade with something like Brooklyn or somebody where they get Douglas Finney-Smith, then my projected lineup may
would change.
Yeah. Or if they get Cam Johnson,
Johnson,
my projected lineup would change. But right now, Dylan in the now, that's the way I see it. I see Garland, Mitchell, Allen, Mobley, and Tyson.
Nice.
Everything far as the starting lineup and things. Now, with the Cavs, with summer league is still going on and everything, we can stick to a little basketball. Did you watch the WNBA All-Star game yesterday?
I did, and I think the greatest moment that I saw was a nice dish from Caitlin Clark to Angel Reese, and then they got the little hand slap after it was done.
On the fast break.
On the fast break, I think that's the greatest thing. Like, like I said, people have been going on and on about their rivalry and things like that. And like I said, that's what makes the game so fun and it gets us talking about the WNBA. But at the end of the day, they're both great athletes, both great WNBA players, and the league's in great hands with both of them. And it's great to see them showcased in an all-star event where they're teammates instead of, I guess, adversaries. And like I said, I think the media blows their rivalry out of proportion a little bit, but at the same time, it brings intrigue to the league, and that's always a good thing.
But you know how that is. They they need something to talk about and everything as far as the rivalry and stuff. But shout out to the MVP of the All-Star game.
Yes.
Arike Ogunbowale, who scored 34 points and had her second MVP award. And the thing that's most impressive with those 34 points, they all came in the second half.
That's cook. That's what you call turning on the microwave, like Vinnie Johnson of the Detroit Pistons back in the day.
Yes.
Turning on that microwave and getting it cooked.
Man, she couldn't miss. In the second half, she was just throwing up shots. I was like, damn. And they made quick work, really, of the USA Olympic team.
Yeah, they did.
And honestly, because I was kind of shocked that she wasn't named to the Olympic team as well.
I don't know anybody that can score like that. I mean, that's a weapon right there.
Man, oh my goodness.
That's a nuke.
I was shocked. I was like, wait a minute, she's not on the Olympic team? When they first named her, because, aside from with Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese not being named, with Arike Ogunbowale not being named, I was kind of shocked because she brings buckets.
Doesn't that show you, Keith? I think that just kind of highlights the fact that there are so many good women's players out there that, like, the casual, like, let's be real, Keith. Like, we're getting more interest in it, but there's probably more players that even you and I have, like, until they come out, like, wow, where'd this come from? But that have been in the league, have shown that over the years. So it's all coming to the forefront now, and it's a great thing. And wow, women's basketball, there are a lot of stars out there.
Yes, and they did get a new media rights deal.
I saw $2 billion. Yeah, good for them.
$2 billion.
Yeah,
even though the head of the union says they should have got more, but baby steps.
Right.
Baby steps. And the salaries will jump up as well once they do their new collective bargaining agreement.
CBA, yep.
So the ladies will be making some cheese now.
Yeah, good for them.
Good for them.
Yeah.
And there'll be more teams.
Yeah. Expansion, there'll be probably more teams. It'll be just like come on, like Major League Soccer was. You want to see how I know it's been 30 years or whatever like that, but now I feel like now it's been a reset. The WNBA to me is kind of like to me it's like a new league because this is new. This is the way things are with the way they're running it, the stars that they're having, the marketing. This is new. You see it on X, you see it on all these social media platforms, but never before had you seen, okay, Angel Reese shows up to a game. What's her fashion like? Caitlin Clark, what's her fashion? Like, it is more of an entertainment. It's turning into the NBA because how many times did she, what's the bronze suit look like for game 5 of the finals? And it's turning into that, turning into a social media phenomenon. So to me, the WNBA is it's the new stage is here. The rebrand is here.
Yes. And shout out to Angel Reese, who recorded a double-double last night in the All-Star game, too.
That's what she does.
Right. She automatic double-double. Wait.
Death, taxes, and an Angel Reese double-double. Those are things that
Exactly. But we're gonna move right along from basketball.
Oh,
The
we can't,
Cavs.
Keith. I got to stop you. Here's why. So
Okay.
I'm watching the game yesterday between South Sudan and the USA men's
Okay.
basketball.
Okay.
What in the hell is happening? These South Sudanese, they're beating our butts, and it took us to like late in the fourth quarter to come back. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'm wondering here because I'm watching Joel Embiid basically look like Joel Embiid when he's in, not doing much on the court. I'm watching these other players. LeBron always brings it. I can't. It's Steph
Yeah.
Curry. He was shooting his threes at the end, but the rest of the team would. I don't know. It's like they needed a firecracker up their butt to get going. And shout out to the South Sudanese team. They brought it. This one cat, I don't know his name, and he's got literally triple team, throws this ball up, and it just everything they put in or threw up was going in. It was crazy. I thought for a moment in time we were going to lose. I was actually rooting against us for a moment because it's not during the Olympics. I thought it would kind of be funny if we lost, but
Right.
we got it done. But I don't know. To me, Keith, it's like these dream teams. They always have that one scare, and I'm not saying it really would have mattered, but maybe this was good for the USA team to actually have that fear of, oh my gosh, we might actually lose.
You know what? I was going to say that because I think this was the game that probably woke them up.
I hope so.
Woke them up because where they know they now have to be on a B+ game, B+A game.
Yeah.
They can't bring their C game or their actual B game because they might get beat depending on who they're going against.
Oh, yeah. If this was somebody else, Keith, we're getting our butts kicked. If this is like Australia, even Canada probably would.
Yeah. Because the thing is, the difference with the United States and most of these teams now in the Olympics that will be in the Olympics is the depth. For real.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's the depth. Jay commented, no passion.
He's right. He's right.
It's like they probably just came out there and just winged it like, oh, forget it. Yep. We'll beat these guys. No matter what, we'll beat these guys. But like you said, LeBron brings it every day.
Oh, he does. He was, you could tell he was getting mad.
Think about this. He's damn near 40 now.
Yeah.
He's still bringing energy. Still the best player. Mm-hmm. Now, I wonder how long can he keep up at this level?
We said that about Tom Brady, and it's amazing. Like, I would say, I still think he's like, here's the thing with LeBron. I still think he's going to always quit when he's still at the top of the game. I don't think he's ever going to turn into like even Michael with the Wizards. Like, I think he'll be 2 or 3 more years, but he'll still be LeBron, what we're seeing now for the 2 to 3 years. And all of a sudden he'll be like, I'm just done. I've accomplished everything. I want to, like, you know what I'm saying? I think it'll just be time to go because he wants to for a work kind of relationship purpose, not from I've got diminished skills on the basketball court.
That's true. That's definitely true. That's definitely true. But Team USA would be in Olympic play, I think, next week, something like that.
And it's the opening ceremony start, I think, this next weekend. So
hey, it's coming. And they are favored to get the gold, and so is the USA women's team. I think this was a wake-up reminder for the USA women's team as well.
I think so. Yeah.
But they lost the All-Star game a few years ago before.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And guess who was the MVP of that game?
Was it the
same lady?
Yeah,
same lady MVP lit them up then and everything, which makes you wonder, like, why in the hell is she not on the women's Olympic team?
I don't know.
Why? I don't understand it. I don't get it. What's up, Jay? Jay said all these kids, all these kids get 50% no matter their job. And think about it. Like Ed said, the ones that brought it was the vets.
It is always LeBron, that way. It's the old cats.
Steph, them the ones that brought it, that brought the wood. Them the ones that brought the wood. Jay said kids working in McDonald's, Walmart, everywhere, too busy worrying about others or other things.
Yeah, and on their phone.
That, I was just about to say that. They're distracted by that phone and everything. But they ain't got no phone when they on the court.
No, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know.
They just woke up and said, we don't feel like playing today and everything. But I think they woke up for the Olympics. They'll definitely be woke up for the Olympics. But we're going to move right along, and we're going to move into baseball, where the Cleveland Guardians have restarted the second half of the season. I've started the second half of the season. And so far, they've won and lost games with the same score.
Yeah. Touchdown losses 7-0, 7-0.
7-0 win on Friday and a 7-0 loss on Saturday. Gavin Williams, ooh, ugly start. Oh my God, ugly start. Gavin Williams, let me go here to his stat line.
Oh, please. Oh, gosh.
Oh, man. Gavin Williams, 3 2/3 innings. Gave up 3 earned runs, 6 hits, struck out 5, walked 2. But the story of it is with the Guardians is it's the same problem that they've been having.
Yep.
Starters can't go 5 or 6 innings. And Ed, which leads me no phone but thinking about getting back to phone.
That's true. There you go. There you go, Jay.
Right. That's true. That's true. Which leads me to ask with the Guardians, what do the Cleveland Guardians have to do better in order to be a serious World Series contender?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. They have to get starting pitching. They can get them 6 innings a game, and they gotta start by making a deal to get another starter. Because I think between between the trio, and we know Shane Bieber's gone. Obviously, we know Gavin Williams is not ready yet. We know Tristan McKenzie is, I don't know what he's doing, but he's not obviously ready yet. Logan Allen, he's wallowing in mediocrity. Same thing. So basically, that's the 4 out of the 5 starters right there that basically are giving you nothing right now. And then obviously Tanner Bybee's the only one that you can consistently,
consistently depend on.
Yeah, depend on. And then obviously Lively's been better. But I mean, I don't know if you're going into the playoffs with Lively, Bybee. I mean, Bybee obviously would be your number 1, but after that, who's your 2 and 3? I don't know right now. So to be a serious World Series contender, you're going to have to figure out who the next 2 stud starters are. I don't know where they're at right now. They don't know either. So they're going to have to make a deal. But when, like I said, you're making a deal to get probably a 3rd or 4th starter just to eat innings. You're not going to get, a number 1 or number 2. So what's going to have to happen is Gavin Williams is going to have to find himself from being, from what he was last year and hopefully be a stud. And you're going to have to happen to hope that somebody else can, manifest into something. So I don't know. At this point, I don't want to hit the panic button, but I'm going to start to put my finger near it because it's getting to the point where this season you're going to get caught by the Twins if this continues. I mean, that's just the thing.
Yeah.
The offense has been better than it was last year, but if you're looking to win games 7-6, 8-5, that's not a recipe for success. Not with this team.
No.
You have a great bullpen, but if you can't get to the bullpen, it renders itself meaningless. So I'm a little bit concerned, Keith.
I will say this. Jay said winning by 7, then losing by 7 is inconsistency.
Yeah, that's
true.
definition.
Inconsistency. I will say this about the Guardians. The Dolans got to make something happen. And I understand now it's July 21st.
Yep.
The deadline is the 31st. Am I not
Yep.
mistaken? The 31st. So they got 10 days to figure something out.
Yikes.
Now,
Yikes.
now, if they don't, they're 5 up on Minnesota now. And remember what I said back a couple weeks ago, a month ago, or something like that they had to watch out for the Twins. But I also said, because see, with people like casual fans that watch baseball, just look at the Guardians up. They're up 59-38.
Right. You're right.
But when you look beyond and you go into October and you go matchups, who does this team match up with that they can beat in October?
With the pitching staff right now, nobody.
Remember when I said it would be a short October if they go in as is? Because think about it. If you look at the American League East, you got New York. We don't match up with them. Baltimore, which is like New York Junior.
Yeah, right.
We can get past Baltimore, maybe. I might give them a slight edge, but that's only because Baltimore is young.
Right.
Boston, they tear the cover off the ball, and their pitching has surprisingly been good.
Right.
Now let's move. Let's not even go to our division, because you know who's in first place in the AL West.
Yeah. Those. Yep.
Those damn Houston Astros.
Yeah. They have our number usually.
Now, Astros pitching is kind of in shambles, but I know they'll go and make an addition.
Yep.
And Houston's offense, our starters, not a good combination. Then you go in our division, Minnesota can light you up offensively. And Kansas City, they always play the Guardians tough. They get the Guardians all, and plus Kansas City's starting rotation is better than ours.
Right. They get that stud at number 1. You know,
Mr. Lugo.
Yep.
And so Guardians are going to have to make some things happen. And I mean, they got prospects. Now, whether they're willing to get rid of those prospects is a whole different story. They got prospects. Because I'm going to be honest, what would be an untouchable prospect besides Banzana, who they just got into the fold?
DeLauder. I would say Chase DeLauder.
Okay, DeLauder. Okay, untouchable, right?
But that's it.
Yeah, DeLauder. Yeah. Other than that,
I'm willing to talk.
I'm down to send anybody. I'll send
Me too.
Martinez. Yeah. I'll send Noel. Yeah. I'll send whoever you want besides DeLauder. Yeah. And besides Banzana.
I kind of Angel Martinez. I'm kind of like I want to see what he can do, because if he can be a number 2 in the 2-hole consistently, that just sets the table with Quan. So he's a little. So maybe him, maybe not. But those anybody else. Hey, look, if this is a starting pitcher that we're talking about that can help us eat innings and get us closer to making the playoffs, yeah, I gotta listen.
Yes, and I think the Guardians need one more hitter.
No, I definitely agree with that.
They need another bat. I don't know if the talk's cooled on not Dante Bichette.
Bichette. Yeah, the son.
Yeah, I don't know if the talk's cooled on Bo Bichette, but if Toronto's having a fire sale, I'll inquire about Guerrero too.
I would agree.
I mean, come on. Guerrero can't help you, and you can switch between him and Naylor as the DH. First base. I mean, I'm just saying, everything has to be on the table, because this year could be the year that the Guardians can break through in the AL. Because if you really look at it, who is the clear-cut favorite in the AL? For real.
There's nobody. Every team is flawed.
Every team is flawed. Yeah. I mean, New York, they got off to a great start, but they've been scuffling for the last 3 weeks. Baltimore is young.
Yep.
Houston lost all their pitching staff.
Yep.
Let's see. You got the Guardians. They're young, and the starting pitching is really in a shambles. For real. And they need another bat. And Minnesota, if Minnesota probably don't have to play New York, they'll probably be cool.
Right. They just can't, but they always get New York.
They always run into the Yankees every time. So if they don't have to play New York, they'll probably be cool. In Kansas City, they're young as well.
Yeah.
But Kansas City has more of a realistic shot than the Guardians have.
I kind of agree with that.
Because their pitching, the starting pitching is pretty good.
Yep.
So the Guardians gotta it's up to the owners. Time for them to step to the plate.
Yep.
And the thing that's crazy is that it's probably going to be a last minute deal, because almost all the teams are still in contention, but maybe 5.
That extra wild card spot really kind of opens it up. And but I'll say, like you said, Keith, it's time for the owners to step up, because the fans have definitely stepped up. Over 1 million in attendance.
Yeah, they had 2 sellouts.
Yeah,
2 sellouts this weekend.
Yeah.
And they're going to draw over 100,000 for this weekend series against San Diego. And San Diego is not really your typical draw.
No.
Especially with no Tatis.
Yeah.
because he's on the IL.
Yep.
So, I mean, man, it's time for the owners to step up. 65 games left. Wow, the season went quick.
No, I agree. That just, hey, when you put it in that perspective, Jay, it's like, whoa.
Games left, but like I said, I'm looking at October. I'm not looking at now. Even though you still got to handle your business now, but
Right.
what I'm seeing, because even when the Guardians won Friday, Bybee only went 5
5
2/3.
2/3. I know you got to get to 6 at least. Come
Gotta at
on.
least get 6.
Come
Give
on.
me 6 and maybe 7 on the occasion, but at
Wow.
least 6. I will take 6.
At this point, I
6
am
and
so
be
desperate.
happy. I'll take 6. 'Cause I think if you can get it to the bullpen, 7, 8, 9th inning, the Guardians ain't gonna lose if they're up.
Nope. Nope.
They're not gonna lose. But it's the matter of getting 1 through 6.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's the thing. And Gavin Williams, I mean,
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't either. They don't either.
Things are going to get very interesting because you got to see. And let me see. And this is really not really a difficult stretch for the Guardians, but the schedule is about to get real
Yeah.
pretty soon.
They got to win
As a matter,
today. They better win today.
yeah, they better win. Because I'm about to look at something. I want to go look at the schedule for the Guardians, and see who they got coming up. I know the Phillies is coming up around there somewhere.
That's not easy.
No, they got the best record. And they're also scuffling too.
Yeah.
Because they having a time with Pittsburgh.
Mm.
And like I said, I mean, the Guardians got to figure it out. They got to figure that starting pitching out. Because they're going to eventually wear the bullpen out.
Yeah, it's amazing that, I mean, that just shows you how strong the bullpen is, because not only strong from a standpoint of you got 3 or studs, they got 5 or 6 studs in the bullpen, so that's what really helps them out.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, they got Detroit. And
Geez.
Detroit plays us tough.
Yeah, the whole AL Central plays us tough. I mean,
Tough, right.
I mean, even the White Sox always have our number, it seems.
Think about it. Yeah, they got Detroit. Then we go to Philadelphia.
Yikes.
Because we got a 4-game series against Detroit here. Then we got Philadelphia over the weekend. And then we go back to Detroit.
Oh, jeez.
And then guess who? Then we go back to Detroit Monday and Tuesday after the Philadelphia series. Then beginning August, we have the Baltimore Orioles, the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then our beloved Minnesota Twins.
Oh wow, that's not a easy schedule by any means, right there.
Yes, it's a killer. It's a killer.
We'll
It's
find
doable.
out. Yeah, got to win
doable.
series. Got to keep winning series. Got to keep winning series.
How many more division games left? I don't think it's that many because they only play each other like 13 times this year.
Not like the
12 or
19.
13 times, not like the 19.
Yeah.
And thank God with the 19 because the way
Exactly.
our division giving us fits,
I know.
we might not be 20 games over 500.
Right.
We might not be 20 games over 500. You know what's crazy about Detroit? And ever since I've been a kid, the Guardians are feast or famine with Detroit.
Detroit, yeah. That one year they went 18-1.
One year they went 18-1, but then I remember in years growing up,
oh yeah,
we couldn't beat Detroit to save our lives.
Nope.
And now, look at it this year, we can't beat Detroit.
I know.
We can't beat Detroit. They play us tough.
They had they're young, hungry, and I still think for whatever reason, I thought they would be more there this year when it comes to being a competitor. Too. Yeah, it's amazing that they're not, but maybe, I don't know.
He said about 25 more division games out of 65. So that's a lot, considering. That's a lot. And because I actually picked Detroit to win the division.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people did. I wasn't,
Yeah, I picked Detroit to win the division, but looks like I'm wrong. But then again, hey, it happens. But the Guardians are going to have to figure things out and in a hurry.
Yeah.
But moving right along, moving right along to the Cleveland Browns
Oh, jeez.
as we are in July. And in 4 days, actually 3 days, 3 days, because the 22nd, the Browns rookies report.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns rookies report on July 22nd, and the veterans report on the 23rd. So the Cleveland Browns will be open in training camp, and still no sign of Amari Cooper. Ed,
Yeah.
what is your perspective?
Well, they signed the kicker. I mean, they got him done. Hopkins, 3 years, about $15.9 million. It's nice they got that done. But at the same time, I don't know. There's a guy named Amari Cooper. He's pretty good at playing wide receiver and a new offense that's going to be highlighting Deshaun Watson in the shotgun, where wide receiver, the premium on that is even higher. So I don't know what they're doing, Keith. I mean, like I said, 3 points is nice. Making extra points is nice. But having an offense that can function with a lot of new place people and spots this year. I don't know. I think that would have been something I would have prioritized a little higher. And I don't know, maybe the Amari Cooper camp is holding out for unrealistic expectations. I don't know. I do think Andrew Berry's a smart person, and I think he understands the relative high importance that it would be for bringing Amari Cooper into camp as soon as possible. But for whatever reason, it's not getting done. So I don't know. We're not privy to those conversations. So I'd like to think that maybe there's something else holding it up. But I do know as a fan, I don't really care what's holding it up. I want to see his butt on the field because I feel like that's the best way for the Cleveland Browns to have a successful 2024 season. So, yeah, every day I'm hoping to see Amari Cooper news that he's somewhere closer. Talks are getting closer. Things are happening, but I do not see that happening. And that's a little frustrating. So, but like I said, with training camp starting this week, hopefully that'll get things ramped up a little bit for both sides to get something done.
As Jay said, how much more in the tank for Cooper?
I'd say 2 to 3 good years. I would say. Like, I think that he plateaus. I think what we saw last year from him, was a highly productive year. That's actually the last 2 years have been very highly productive. So I think Amari Cooper was on this level, and do I think that he could plateau and have a good 2 to 3 more years of the same production that we're getting now? Yes. And at this point, as the Cleveland Browns, name me another wide receiver out there that's available that we can find that we actually have control of, because, Amari Cooper is still a Cleveland Brown, that we can actually get done. So he's our best chance. He's our only chance, and we have to get it done.
I will say this is paramount.
Yes.
That the Browns bring Amari Cooper into the fold. It's paramount. Because you don't know what you're getting with Jared Jeudy. You don't really know what you're getting with Elijah Moore. And after those two, dude, really? You going to set Deshaun Watson up like that?
That's dirty. That's dirty.
I'm just saying. You can't. It's like right now, you got to figure that out. You think Jared Jeudy is the same as Cooper? Jared Jeudy is a lot faster than Cooper.
He's not.
But Jeudy is a good route runner, but
he's
an unfinished and unproven product right now.
He has catching problems. I mean, they've gotten better. Like I know that was overstated. His rookie year, he had like 10 drops or whatever like that. But you actually look at his numbers. But the knock on him is he doesn't catch it. But, at the same time, it's like I feel like a lot of wide receivers in the NFL can't catch, like when it comes down to it. It's not like when we used to watch in the 80s, Keith, when these wide receivers, I don't know, you throw the ball, they catch it. I think the ball, they get a lot more thrown to them now. It's a different league. So I think a lot of times when you see these drops and stuff like that, because the volume is so much higher than it's ever been.
And plus, you don't want to go into Dallas with no Amari Cooper.
No.
Because Dallas got 2 ball-hawking cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Diggs will be back this year. And what's the other guy name that played the other cornerback that had about 8 or 9 interceptions? Bland or somebody? Yeah.
Oh, God.
So.
Well, Russell Wilson last year.
Jeudy quarterback was Russell Wilson.
Yeah, last year. And he played pretty well. I mean, I know.
Russell played pretty well.
No, I mean, so.
Sean Payton.
Yeah, he just didn't like him.
That was oil and vinegar.
Yeah, that's
basically. Yeah. But it's paramount that the Browns bring Amari Cooper into the fold. Whether it be a 2-year deal or a 3-year deal, even though I wouldn't go with 3. Third year would be non-guaranteed. I'll say that.
I guess
definitely say
I guess
that.
what it comes down to, Keith, I don't care if it's 2 to 3 years. I only care about this year. I need Amari Cooper playing on the Cleveland Browns this year. I don't care what contract makes that happen. We'll deal with next year, the year after that, the year after this. But I need him in camp because I don't want to mortgage 2024 worrying about 2025 or 2026. This is the year, the only year as a fan I'm concerned with.
Right. That's what I said. I'm concerned with this year. I don't care about
Don't
the
care.
next couple of years and
Don't
stuff
care
like
about it.
that.
Beep.
And I mean, got to get Amari Cooper in the camp. That's priority number one. Priority number two, that the team stays in relatively good health
Oh, yeah.
through training camp.
Yeah.
Through training camp and the preseason and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like I said, they got to get Amari Cooper in.
I don't know how you see what this offense really is unless you have them in camp.
Cooper, 30 years old, so he has 5 more in him.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see. Right now,
I care about 2024 Cooper. That's all I care about.
Yeah. We will see. Right now, I just want him to have this year in him.
Yeah,
With
right.
no distractions.
Nope.
This year with no distractions.
Yeah.
Because right now, it ain't looking too promising right now. But he'll eventually be in because he ain't going to forfeit $22, $23 million. No. But he might not be in training camp right away. And you just don't need that distraction.
Nope.
Because then we behind the 8 ball again.
Yep.
And this will be the 3rd year straight. First year was the suspension looming over everybody's heads. Second year, he was there, but I don't think Deshaun's mind was all the way there and everything, because you got to look at it. When you go from being the good guy in the league to basically the villain, that plays on you.
Yeah.
That plays on you. And I think this year, though, I think he's ready to strap him up and go. But you got to give my man his full arsenal.
I agree, and you got to give him the full time to use that arsenal and stuff like that. So he's got, like I said, he's learning a new system, and so would Amari Cooper, and so would the rest of the team. So it makes no sense to strangle that growth.
Yep, but we'll see. He a vet, no need for camp, but to get in playing shape. I say we'll see, but
I think he's got to learn. I think he'll learn.
Yeah, because it's a new system. If it was the same offensive system,
right? That's the thing. It's the terminology
I get
being
it.
on the that's the thing.
Same
Plus
offensive
Judy,
system.
you got Judy bringing in Judy, so you got the 1-2 wide receiver combinations. It's like with the routes and different things. I'm sure they want to test. Ken Dorsey wants to see. You know what I'm saying? You got Elijah Moore, who's kind of like a Swiss Army knife when it comes down to it, but he's a slot receiver.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Nick Chubb will start off on the PUP.
Yeah.
For now. For now. What are the chances that Nick Chubb be ready September 8th?
No, I think he'll be ready. I just think he won't. I think he'll get 5 to 10 touches. I just think they're going to slowly work him in. But I do think I can see him, being in uniform and be on the active list. I could see that.
Okay. We shall see. We shall see. I ain't gonna count Nick Chubb out.
No, that's what I'm saying. If he's not, he's not. But I could see that being a possibility.
If he's not, he's not. But if he's there by Dallas, hey, I'm all with it.
Jay, terminology matters because if you tell your kid to do something and they understand, but they perceive it the wrong way and they do something stupid, then hey, they'll say I didn't understand. So terminology matters.
But we won't see Nick Chubb in the preseason. I know that for a fact.
No, absolutely not.
We won't see him in the preseason.
No,
at all. Which brings me to our segment. Cool or not cool? Cool or not cool? Okay. I was about to say it again for the 3rd time. Cool or not cool? Evan Mobley receiving the rookie max extension. Evan Mobley, congrats to him, received a 5-year, $224 million rookie contract extension, which can go up to a possible 269. I think if he makes all NBA or something like that, if I ain't mistaken. So Ed, cool or not cool that he got the extension?
That is cool, like the other side of the pillow, because the Cleveland Cavaliers rebuilding per se, I wouldn't call it. It is a rebuild because you got Donovan Mitchell, but now the it starts now. He signed the extension. It was getting him here. It was getting him acclimated. It was winning ball games. It was turning the culture around, making the playoffs after LeBron. We've done that now, but now it's time to ascend. And Evan Mobley was probably the biggest piece in the puzzle when it comes to who's going to be here the longest. He signed a 5-year deal. He's, hopefully the face of the franchise when Donovan Mitchell is, older, because Mitchell is one of those guys where I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be a Cleveland Cavalier his whole career. I could still see. I could see them winning rings and going somewhere else. I could see him, doing other things, going to New York for, the end of his career. But I think Evan Mobley is one of those guys where he could be one of those Cavaliers for life. If so also too, we talk about this Cavaliers team becoming a championship team. It has to start with Evan Mobley turning into the guy that we kind of envision him to be. I know he kind of took a step this year where offensively he didn't develop like we had hoped, but hopefully with Kenny Atkinson, who has a track record for developing guys like Evan Mobley, that it gets done. But defensively, Evan Mobley probably could be a guy that wins Defensive Player of the Year awards, multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. So I think it's very cool. I think it's cool to know the core of this team moving forward is one that's young and ready to go, ready to win. And I think they just need to gel, play together, and be better. And I think they will. And I'm excited. So it's cool, Keith. It's very cool.
Okay. My man Jay said, I don't even know what Evan's game is.
Yikes.
Is Evan a scorer?
No, not right now.
Or a defensive player all around?
Yeah, that's
what is his game?
Well, we'll find out. That's what next year is all about.
And he also said Evan don't even have an identity.
No, he does. I disagree with that, Jay, and I love you, Jay, but his identity right now is on the defensive end. He is a defensive stud. Yes, Brian Windhorst, he gets high acclimate around the league. So no, I know what you're saying, because like he's not that total package that Chris Bosh or Kevin Garnett. I get that. I get the knock on Evan Mobley, but right now, if Evan Mobley would never become a scorer, would just become still stay the player that he is, I still would have given him the max, because what he does defensively is not other players do that around the league, and you'll still need that. Now, taking number 3 overall and the high expectations that we had for him, I get that, like why you would say that and everything, but and he needs for us to become a championship team. But no, his identity is still defensive, and it should stay that way. I just need him to, like you said, Keith, what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, to be a consistent 15 to 20 point scorer. That's what we're looking for, I think. Okay. But everything else, I don't think anybody knocks his game.
Yeah, Jay said, then what's Allen's identity?
I know. Well, that's what Kenny Atkinson. I'm not the coach, Jay. That's why we hired a coach. I don't know.
I'll say this: cool or not cool for Evan Mobley to get that big money. Damn. As much as I like Evan Mobley, and trust me, I'm pro player. But you usually know by your 3rd year what they are going to be. You know what I'm saying? You usually know by their 3rd year what they're going to be or not. And the Cavs jumped the gun a couple years ago. Even though I think Darius Garland, I think he's going to actually have a bounce back year, because he had a lot going on last year that they're not even talking about behind the scenes. And I think he'll have a bounce back year this year. But Evan Mobley, a lot remains to be seen to me, especially on the offensive side, because we need that forward that can score. For real, we need that forward that can score. And I will say this, far as with Devin Mobley, even though I agreed players should get the money, I'm going to have to go with not cool. Because it remains an uncertainty if he can bring his offensive game to the fold. Now, hold on. Now, if Jalen Tyson works out, then we're having a whole different conversation. But if we go as is and you have to have a Coro at the small forward, you got 3 non-shooting people in the lineup where it's going to be the same thing where this team will go to the playoffs. We may or may not get out the first round, or we may or may advance to the first round. But shelf life is limited. Second round. And if you go through the East, and if you go through the East right now, if the Cavs are in the East, where you position them in the East right now? Playoffs will start today.
I can still see them at 3rd or 4th.
Let's see.
Honestly.
Got Boston.
Yeah.
Got Milwaukee if they're healthy. That's a 2.
New York, I think, took a step ahead.
New York, if they're healthy. That's a 3, 4.
The Cavs are a good regular season team. That's the thing. I think that what sometimes we forget is, do I think they match up well in the playoffs against these teams? Probably not.
Yeah.
But they're like the Guardians. They're like one of those teams that we talk about the Guardians and how they match up in the playoffs. We're like, oh, there's no team that they could beat. But they win regular season games, which is different. And I think that's.
But I'm also going to say this. Hold on. I'm not finished. You got Philadelphia 4th, and they did add Paul George.
And beat
Now we're going to actually go down the line a little bit more. Another team improved themselves. Orlando Magic, which we had a time beating. They added Caldwell Pope. And they're a young team on the rise, even though I don't think Wagner is worth the max either. Then you also got Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. And think about this. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they didn't have their second leading scorer, Mathurin. He was hurt. He'll be back. So I'm going to say Cavs right now is anywhere from 5 to 7 to me. 5 to 7. Now, if Mobley improves,
right,
gets the offensive game up to about 20 a game, 18, I'll go 18. 18 and 10, Cavs could probably finish in the top 4. But if it stays like as it is now,
but Keith, I got to push back with you because you're saying all these other teams got better, and they have. That's fine on paper. They got better. They got better. But you're also kind of taking your own words and not using them in your argument. You keep saying Darius Garland is going to have a bounce back year. If that happens, if Garland has a bounce back year and he returns to form, like you keep saying, I'm using your words this time.
Okay.
And then how are the Cavs not at least a 4 or 5 seed? Because let's be real, this team, Garland, there are times where, and with all the injuries that they had this year, if Mobley just gets a little bit better, Garland has a breakout or bounce back year, and this Tyson guy can turn into the 3 guy, I think we considerably got better, and I think those changes push us over the other changes that Orlando, Indiana, and some of those other. Now, New York's a different animal. Maybe Philadelphia is a different animal getting Paul George.
Yeah.
But,
Philadelphia and New York, definitely different animals.
But the other teams' marginal differences, I think you hit the nail on the head. If Garland has a bounce back year, I don't see why the Cavs in the regular season, I don't know how they match up in the playoffs against these teams. That scares me.
Right.
But just regular season, 50-win regular season, I think we continue to do that at least.
Yeah. And like I said they're anywhere from 5 to 7.
I like 4. Say 4 to 7. I feel better.
I can't give them 4. I can't right now.
I need home court.
I understand that, but I got to be honest. I can't give them 4. But I can give them 5 to 7. Because the East has dramatically improved.
Yeah.
And you got to think, Indiana, they didn't have a second score. You remember Mathurin got hurt right after All-Star break.
So I think Milwaukee's the team I'm just not high on.
Milwaukee.
I'm
not high on, but
if
Giannis stays healthy and Dame
Lillard, but I don't know. We beat them last year with and without Giannis. So I don't know.
But Giannis is Giannis. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
We got Mitchell,
Giannis
though. We
is
got
Giannis.
Mitchell. We
But
got Mitchell.
they're an older
They're old.
squad.
Yeah, yeah.
They're an older squad. I would probably go with maybe New York second, Milwaukee third,
Fair enough.
Philadelphia third, fourth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I still got the Cavs like fifth, like anywhere from 5 to 7.
Okay. Hater.
5 to 7. I'm not a hater.
Hater.
Just a realist.
All right.
Just a realist.
You're not a hater. You're a fact stater. Is that what you're
Right,
saying?
that's it. Oh yes, I'm just a realist.
Fair.
Jay said he's not high on Milwaukee
Because
of
that's
Haslem.
Jay. I think Jay. That's the greatest point, Jay. Best comment of the day, right there. Best comment of the day.
Hey, he's gonna have Giannis playing the dome.
There you go.
But I mean, for real, I just got the Cavs 5 to 7
Okay.
because I think they're somewhere. I don't think they're better than the top 4,
Yeah.
but I think they're somewhere in between Orlando and Indiana.
Yeah. I think you got him at 5. I think 5's a good number for him.
5 to 7.
Yeah.
But Garland also has to show and prove too. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
think
really, the person that has to really show and prove is Mobley.
it's Mobley.
Really.
Yep. We got the money now, so it's time to.
Yeah, he got the money now. So I have to go not cool far as on the money.
Okay.
But I'm not a hater.
Okay.
Get your money.
Get your money.
Get your money. But I don't think he's worth that. But
Potentially.
he can change my mind.
Yes.
Now next year at this time, I'll probably think, oh God, that's good.
Yeah.
Good
Right.
Because truthfully, if you really think about it, the way these deals are going now, by the time the NBA's media rights deal and their new collective bargaining comes in, these salaries are going to be minuscule.
Yep. It's like Deshaun's contract when everybody was bitching about that.
Exactly. They're going to be minuscule because you really think about it. Jason Tatum and all them are making $300 million or whatever. By the time Donovan what Donovan did was smart with that 3-year deal.
Yep.
By the time he gets out that 3-year deal, do you know he could probably get a max contract of maybe 4 to 5?
Damn. Half a bill. Yikes.
4 to 5.
Yeah.
4 to 5.
Damn, what are we doing?
Which also leads me to the next segment of cool, not cool. And this is Evan Mobley's day. Matter of fact, Evan Mobley didn't go out for the U.S. select team. He didn't participate in the U.S. select team for the Olympics and everything.
Yep.
Cool or not cool for him to do that?
Cool. And here's why. As a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, I definitely think it's cool, but I think it's just cool in general because I think he wants to show a commitment to honing his skills, becoming the elite player that he needs to. And I think that honestly, like he could play for the select team or whatever, but it's not the Olympic team. It's the select team. If he was going to be asked by Team USA to play with LeBron and those other cats, of course he would say yes, but it's just a different distinction. Look, it's playing for your country, but at the same time, let's be real. We only care about getting the gold with, the Olympic team, not the team select. So, and also, like I said, I think that he is trying to become that elite player, work on his footwork offensively. There's just things that he can do in the gym by himself, maybe working with Kenny Atkinson, that to become a better player for the NBA. So in years to come, that he does actually get invited to play with the Olympic team, because if Evan Mobley becomes the kind of player that we think he can become, next Olympics, maybe he's on that team. And obviously defensively, we're going to need players, and he's obviously going to be all defensive. We know that, but he needs to up his offensive game. So I think it's cool by him. Look, sometimes as a player, you have to be selfish. And when he's young, especially at the age that he's at, he needs to spend minutes and time in the gym, honing his craft, honing his skills to make the team better. And his first priority and obligation is to Dan Gilbert and the Cleveland Cavaliers to win a championship there. Then everything else falls into place. So Evan Mobley, cool by you. And I hope that you have the kind of season that we think that you can have.
Okay, as far as I'm concerned, my turn.
Yes.
I'm going to side with you on this. Cool. I mean, Evan has some points that he has to work on his game. And if he's working with the Cavs coaching staff and they're developing in him, who cares?
Right.
Really? I mean, really, who gives a rat's you know what? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's cool. As long as he's working on his game, getting stronger, working on his handles. and working on his lateral defense and everything because he does block shots, but sometimes people can get by him. Sometimes people can get by him. But if he's working on his game during the summer, and plus, I know he worked on that money, he got that contract. But if he's working on his game in the summer, who cares? I'm cool with it. Mobley takes off the ankle weights before the game. Be nice. But as long as he's working on his game, I'm cool with it. Doesn't matter and everything. Long as he's ready in October.
Exactly.
And the Cavs start the regular season and everything. But hey, that was the cool or not cool segment. Had to stick to one guy this time.
Yeah.
Since he got that money and everything. Congrats to him, though. I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't gonna even hate. And he can go up to 269 if he goes like first team All NBA or something like that. So, hey, Mobley, gotta make it happen, buddy.
Yep.
Gotta make it happen. But anyway, y'all, that wraps up our show today for All About Sports 216. Jay says, show me the money.
Yeah. Amen,
I know
brother.
that's right. Be sure to be with us next week as we come on every Sunday at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. as we talk about all the sports going on in the land.
Yeah.
And everything. And we'll be talking about training camp because training camp will officially open. Oh, no doubt, Jay. You're welcome, my man. You're definitely welcome. Definitely going to feel back to come back on every week, big dog. No doubt. And everything. But that concludes our show for today. And also be sure to, like I said, like, share, subscribe to the AllenVisMedia II YouTube channel. Be sure to definitely do that. Like, share, subscribe. We need all the subscribers we can get. Damn it, we ain't too proud to beg.
That's right.
All the subscribers we can get. Hey, like the video on Facebook as well. Share it. Share it as well. But anyway, this is your man Keith Allen with my man Ed in Columbus. And we going to be up out of here in a second soon as if I can get this out of here. There we go. Get that out. Y'all have a peaceful Sunday. Stay out the way. Be careful. Keep your head on a swivel because it's wild, buck wild out here. But love y'all. And I'll see y'all next week. All About Sports 216 with me and Ed in Columbus. And we'll see you soon. Peace.
Sports. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys.